Yo, yo, yo. What is up? If you are watching either live or in the future, what's going on? Thank you guys for joining me today. I'm going to be doing some breakdown of our in-house tournament that was on Saturday. I'm going to go through these videos. I'm just going to cover the adults. I don't know if I'm going to have time for any of the kids matches. But I want to make sure I cover the adults matches first, and then I will get into hold on, I hear myself. Uh-oh. Oh, that's for my YouTube. Sorry. Okay, sorry about that. I am still a white belt at doing the stream. So, let's see. Let me get my pen adjusted. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, this should work. Okay. Thought this was in correct order. Let's see. I think this is the first match. Yep. Here we go. Let's get right into it. Hold on, let's let this load for a second. It's a little laggy. And then let's make sure I know how to use my pen. Cursor is Shift F. Pen is Shift C. Hello. Reset is what again? Shift E. Okay. Shift C, Shift F, Shift C, Shift F. Okay, Shift C. And then what is it? Shift E for redo. Okay. Let's see if this works. Man, it's kind of laggy. It doesn't look too bad on your guys' end, I don't think. But it doesn't look great. I don't like that. Let's see if I can grab it. Oh god. See if I can grab it. So that's GH10. GH0. No. Yeah, we'll just make do. Okay. If it's super laggy, let me know, but it looks okay. Alright, so we have David versus Gilbert here in this first match. They tie up. David looks to shuck to the back. He gets a solid body lock and takes Gilbert down into side control. He is working into, it looks like the mount, but Gilbert's trying to recover guard. And David is not having it. He's just heavy pressuring from side control, dropping that shoulder down. But it looks like Gilbert's able to recover half guard, almost full guard. David has a powerful head and arm control, and he moves into the mount. David's going to look to start trapping the wrists. Give you guys a little more audio. Let me know if it's too much. Nice knee slice attempt, but in the process, David's able to shoot a triangle. This is a tight one. He's got the leg hooked. He's got a good angle. This is looking pretty tight. However, Gilbert has his other hand inside the triangle, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. David's got a heck of a squeeze right here. David is only 112 pounds, but he is extremely strong for that weight. That was it. Okay, let's rewind. Let's look at that again. So, quick breakdown. Number one, we're here in the standing position. David is able to shuck the elbow and clear the arm. His head comes to the inside. He doesn't get all the way around it, but in the shucking process, he gets a deep underhook. He gets to a body lock. His head is on the inside, and then he hits him with this back trip. But really, the power of this takedown is the tight body lock, and Gilbert lands in side control. Right away, David is already threatening the mount. He chooses to take side control. Just pressures him right here. Doesn't let him recover his guard. I think he recovered for a second. See, he got his leg under, but as he was recovering to the right side, David began passing to David's right side. Gilbert looks for the front headlock, but it's not really a great option right there. Shoulder pressure. He looks for a back take right here, but is unable to really secure the hands enough. And Gilbert does a good job of continuing to spin to stop the back take. That was really good by Gilbert. And then let's see this triangle happen. How does it go down? So Gilbert goes hands on the bicep. He's doing what he's supposed to do. But then, whoop, David lets go and then weaves his foot inside. Can I get my pen? Where's my pen at? I think I have to minimize. So that was really great. Let's come back. So Gilbert goes for the guard break. Hands on the biceps. And then, boom. Look at that. He switches the feet. The feet are under. Take a look at this leg. It is behind Gilbert's shoulder. But really quickly, he's able to change it from behind the shoulder to under and now in front of the shoulder. Puts it right there. Boom. Once it goes in front of the shoulder right here, now he extends, he locks his feet together, and that's the beginning of the end. We call that the clamp. I like to call it the diamond. And then look at this. He is able to shift off a bit. Really, he just has very dexterous legs. He gets that triangle cinched up perfectly here. Gilbert still had his hand inside. He still has his other hand in, but it just wasn't enough. It was too shallow. And he just had his David's squeeze was just too tight for Gilbert. I would have liked to see Gilbert throw his legs around more. I've been seeing it be more and more successful. Right here, Gilbert had a lot of time. I think, what was this? He got triangled at 113. Ended at, he was tapping at 213. So for a whole 60 seconds, I didn't see any movement. And that's a really big concept that I see for escaping is you have to move. You can't just stay in the same position and expect to get out. You can't expect to get to your opponent's going to get tired. You have to be proactive in your escape, and you have to try something. If you don't know, you have to experiment. You have to go for something. You can't just stay in the same spot. If I could make a recommendation to Gilbert, it would be to throw his legs around the front of David. So where's a good camera shot? Maybe one of the cons of hooking someone's leg. I'm just finding this out. But one of the problems with hooking the leg right here, David hooks the leg so he can twist, so he can get a dominant angle, and he can have a better angle at attacking for the triangle choke. The problem is that when you underhook this leg, you give your partner free access to bring that leg in front of the body. So I would have recommended Gilbert throw this leg in front of David, and then he could throw this leg in front of David, and he can crisscross his feet right here. His hand was inside still, giving him some breathing room. I think he could have taken advantage of this and gotten to the feet crossed and extended out to get out of the triangle. Let's see, what else? David really just had a, flawless victory here. I didn't really see any mistakes other than this back take was a little risky. But, look, he has good hand control. He's doing a 2-on-1. Looks like it's secure, but he just wasn't able to get his chest on the back. He pulled through, but when you pull somebody, you got to make sure your chest lines up with their back. And that didn't happen here. So that's why he was able to spin out, ended up in full guard, but he finished him there anyways. That's it. Good match. Gilbert, practice more triangle escapes. Moving on. Next match, Josue versus Josh. Josh has been training for, I think, a couple of months, but he's been going hard. He's really dedicated himself. And Josue has been with us for a while. He's still new to competition. We're here in the full guard position. Josue is on top. Josh is doing everything he can to keep him in place. I'm not going to stay for all of these matches because some of these positions are kind of stagnant. They kind of are here for a while. I'm just going to highlight some of them. If they're quick, I'll do the whole match, but I know this one takes a little longer. Let's see this, though. This is a nice move. So Josue is able to stand up and break out of the full guard, and right away gets to a guard pass, judo side control. Looking strong here. Content to stay in side control. Josue has an excellent side control, but look at this, his weight. What happens here? He doesn't have a base. Josh really just muscles him over, and Josue does not have his hand posted. No post. He gets rolled over, and now Josue is on the bottom. Josh is looking to advance into the mount position, and he is just a heavy dude. All right, and then here we have another roll. I'm not sure what Josh was going for here. Maybe some type of triangle entry. But Josh, big mistake right here. He had this dominant top position, and as Josue was getting on top, he fell and ended up on the bottom. That was a big mistake right there. He could have hung on to this position. It looks like Josue is giving up his back, and he could have taken Josue's back there, potentially choked him. But Josue hangs tight. He ends up on top again. Immediately knee slices and passes the guard. Here, Josh goes into the turtle. He doesn't like getting his guard passed, so he goes belly down. And right away, Josue shoots this choke. His hand is under the neck. This looks pretty tight. He's trying to lock it. But Josue has his right leg stuck. This is that classic, it's like a dog, it's like Josue's trying to choke him from dogfight. A la Hoist Gracie, Ken Shamrock. It's hard to do without the gi. And one thing is Josh is just tough as nails, so he's not going to give up right there. He wrestles, he hooks this leg, he goes for this single leg right there, and scrambles on top. All right. We are back in position. We end up in the full guard. And how does he pass? Interesting. Josh We're in full guard, and then Josue, I think, opens up to try and put him in a triangle. But Josh passes through. Josue was unable to keep his bottom leg tight, and Josh moves into the back. So this is what I've seen this happen a few times. And guys, please pay attention. You do not want to turn away. All right, unless you have a strong Granby roll lined up or some other technique, do not turn away to stop your partner from passing your guard, or you're just going to give up your back. We've seen that maybe 2 or 3 times already. Don't give up your back. There's no reason to give your opponent this dominant position right here. Josh is doing a really great job. He's got his leg hooks in. He's just chilling on the back. Josue, though, is able to start turning. Excellent move. Look at this, guys. Let's give Josue some props here. Josh has a good back control, but Josue starts to turn his body to the inside, and he's able to get on top here. Oh, he almost fell, but he managed to stabilize on top. Much better than giving somebody your back. And that is the end of regulation. Let's see here. Okay, let's see the spiderweb escape. It's a good moment. Oh, you know, he got the tap. I thought that was an escape, but he got tapped. That was really great. Goes for the bicep slicer. Oh, and right away just slips. Wasn't able to secure it. And Josh comes out the victor. Excellent match. Good, wait, Josh is just really tough. He's not very experienced, but he is tough, and he does not give up easy. That is for sure. He's got heart. And he was just tight. Look, he doesn't even have deep hooks. He's just using his hands. He's just using his hands to pull on this arm. And Josue just should have been a little bit tighter. Josue let his hand slip. And boom, that's all it takes. Okay, let's move on. Next match, David versus Andrew Burton. Let's see, let's go back. I'm not ready. Okay, so Andrew starts by pulling guard. David heel tosses, but Andrew is able to get his legs inside, and he's threatening the Ashigarami ankle lock. He's got a standing Ashi. He takes him down. This is a good position. He goes for the ankle lock here. David does not like that, but he's able to scramble out to the side, and now we're back in the neutral position. Once again, Andrew's able to get his leg inside for the standard Ashi, but David does a good job of spinning. Oh, and excellent back attempt. Andrew attempts the back off of that leg lock. Another Ashigarami. 3 Ashigaramis unanswered. He goes for the ankle lock again, but it's just not there. He goes to the outside triangle and he's trying to crank on the inside leg. But David's just not tapping here. Andrew just doesn't have the right angle, the right placement. Oh, and he changes to the Ushiro triangle, and it gets to a 50-50 position. David has control of the inside leg now. Interesting leg configuration. It's hard to even say where we're at here. But Andrew has more of a far hip ashi with the leg on the inside, and David has, I believe, the same, but he's controlling the. David has the outside triangle. Okay, now they're both in. Oh, man, this is really confusing. Their legs are just tied up though, but nobody has like a good bite on a submission. They're just pummeling. David could potentially look for this knee bar. This knee bar is getting pretty close. This could be dangerous. But Andrew's able to scramble out, and he's safe. Imanari attempt. But he gets his guard passed in the process. He's able to roll on top. David's going for the squeeze right here. He's squeezing his legs together. He's got this arm triangle. David's going for it, but Andrew is almost able to creep out. David lets go of the arm triangle and instead goes for the gift wrap. And Andrew gets his hand back. Solid triangle entry by David. Andrew spins. He tries to get on top, but David re-cinches the lock. Tappity tap. Good match. All right, let's do a quick breakdown. A couple things. What can we take away? Number one, David. Andrew is able to enter in on 3 ashis. There's one. Look at this. Off that heel toss, you got to make sure that they're not coming forward at you. If they're coming forward at you, you got to back yourself up and make sure that you're not getting heel tossed. You're not heel tossing him into an ashigarami right away. He spins, and look at this. This could have been a potential knee bar right here. The angle was pretty good for the knee bar, but they continue to spin. Good leg lock entries. Still stuck in ashi right here, and then he gets taken down. This was a great spot. I do recommend, man, sometimes you get this one, sometimes you don't. I would say this regular standard ashi ankle lock is low percentage. I would have recommended, he's got his knee down well, but one little detail that I think could have ended the match right here was if Andrew spinned on top and went belly down with this ankle lock. The ankle lock is set pretty well. The problem is his hips are not above the leg. So what you got to do, Andrew's hips are facing to the side right here. What you want to do is use your inside leg, Andrew's right leg. This shin needs to become a staple on your partner's thigh. So Andrew needs to turn his body belly down and elevate his hips so he can do a belly down ankle lock. That, in my opinion, would really, I think it could have helped right here. Because he's got everything locked up well. But if you don't do that, what happens is David is able to slip out. He's able to clear the knee. Okay, clears the knee, and now he's out. no more ankle lock. So right here, but you know, David did a good job of pushing that foot away. You see that right here? That grip on the foot, he's able to extend, and it's really difficult now for Andrew to maintain control. Good defense. Then what happens? Same thing. Andrew just slides in right into an ashi. Not sure what David was going for here. He's just trying to control the knee. I think he was just trying to step over into the mount, but that's a very risky move, especially if your opponent is a good leg locker. This was, I think, one of Andrew's best moments in this match, was as David was defending the leg lock, David went to spin. Problem with that is you give up your back when you spin. And Andrew went for this right here. Boom. And then that's it right there. Disengaged. Let's get into the end. This was just a crazy leg lock exchange. Neither of them had a good position. It's hard when you don't have heel hooks. Right here, this was pretty dangerous right there. That was looking deep. But Andrew was able to stay calm. He managed to frame and kick away. This was a decent Imanari entrance. But you got to follow it up. If your Imanari fails, you can't give up the guard pass right here. You got to shrimp and get your legs back inside before he steps over into the mount. Right here, I thought that was a wrap, but he was able to hang tight, defended the arm triangle, instead gave the backup or the gift wrap. That was really great how he did not let him have the gift wrap control for very long. The problem is here, look at this. This is a big no-no right here. This was the big mistake, is reaching and grabbing your partner's hands when they're mounted on you. See this? Look at that. You're gonna get trapped up. You're giving up too much space by grabbing your opponent's arm. Your arms are now extended, and now it's very easy for your partner to slide their leg through. Boom. Let's watch that one more time. Safe. But then watch that leg. Bam! He steps that leg through. And then that's it. He's able to pull it through. He rolls. Locks up the triangle. And that's it. That was a wrap. Good match. Excellent job by David. I was very impressed. Gilbert and Andrew are both very tough competitors. They are beginners, but they're really tough. And they have like, I think Andrew had like 30 pounds almost on David. Gilbert had 10 or 15. And it was really cool to see David get the win there. All right, we have Josue versus Alex. Josue starts off with a good pass, but gets put right into a fly trap. This is not a comfortable position to be in. I thought a normal person, I think, would tap to this, but Josue, if he's anything, he is durable. He is like a tank. It is very hard to tap Josue with pain moves. You gotta threaten to break with Josue. But right away, Alex is able to take the back. He shoots that choke in immediately. He's still got the hand on the shoulder. Josue is in a world of trouble. Oh, excellent application of the rear naked. And then that's it. He's going to get his squeeze on. Oh, man, I'm surprised Alex was not able to get his hand deep. That was it. Let's see here. How did he get the back? That's what I want to know. It was off of the look at this, off the fly trap. There was a scramble. Boom. took the back. Look at that again. That was a really great move. He let go and then boom, swung around for the back. Really sweet move. All right, good win for Alex. Let's move on. All right, our favorite competitors, Andrew versus Gilbert. What's going on here? Oh, what happened? Did we lose that match? I wonder what's going on. Okay, well, guess it's not there yet. Maybe we went to... Oh, yeah, you know what happened is Andrew was really tired still from David's match, so I wanted to give him more rest. Move webcam lower. Okay. Thank you. All right. Alex versus Josh. Alex has a lot more experience than Josh, but Josh is a heavy dude, and he's strong, and he has a no-quit attitude. He is just always eager to get in there with anyone, and I wanted to see how he would deal with Alex and how Alex would deal with the size of Josh. And I think this was one of the more competitive matches. It was really cool to see Alex work through. But ultimately, Alex was just too experienced. I thought he was going to finish it right here. Look at that. It's like sunken in. Alex has the arm trapped. Oh, but Josh is able to just squeak out. Back in neutral. Let's see. Interesting leg lock entrance. What is this? Like a Imanari to 50-50. Let's see here. Josh looks to turn. In turning, he gives up his back. Alex comes on top. And Josh is on the bottom position with this headlock. This is not a good position for Alex. This is very uncomfortable. But he squeezes out, and that's it. Back to center. Alex on the bottom. Interesting here. What happens? He's in open guard. He swings his leg around. He threatens the armbar. But no dice right there. Almost. We got some donkey guard. Just a bunch of scrambles. A bunch of almosts. Alright, that's the end of regulation. Slicer attempt. Ooh, and he slips out. I know Alex does not like EBI overtime. He's gotten the short end of the stick a few times in EBI overtime, so he doesn't want to be here. He thinks he might lose this match. He just slips his hand through. Oh man, what happened? Look, it looks like his deep hook is decent, but he just didn't have tension on it. You can't just have a deep hook. You gotta have tension. Let's see it again. Slips right there. That's all it takes. You gotta be tugging on it from the beginning. Don't start tugging later. You gotta tug before the ref says go. All right, let's see what happens. This is a good one. Alex has the back. He goes for the rear triangle, but Josh, it goes into a turtle and just slips free. Again, Alex is disappointed. Quick escape for Josh. All right, this time Josh takes the back. He thinks he can just squeeze on Alex, hold him down. Excellent turn in. It's like a unraveler style. Back on the mat, he turns, and that's it. That's an escape. Alex goes for a slicer again, but Josh escapes. We're in the final period. That was it. I feel like Josh won. Did we like score this incorrectly? Because look, Josh gets him for like, what is that? 10 seconds there? When did Sichana ever hold? Oh, you know what? This spiderweb was a while. He held him in spiderweb for a while here. Yeah, that was a good 15 seconds. That was a close one. That was a pretty close one. That's just another example of why you cannot leave the decision to EBI overtime. You have to finish in regulation. You got to do everything you can to finish in regulation. Because anyone can win in EBI overtime. People are slippery. People are explosive. It is very unreliable to win in EBI overtime. Here's one thing I would like to address is control first. Yo, what's up, Spence? John escaped in 1 second. Yeah, he had some really quick escapes. But so did Josh. Josh escaped pretty fast on some of them. Check this out. I would have liked to see more control here, especially on the back control. When you know you need ride time, don't start going for immediate submissions. You need to play the game. You have to play to the rules, and you got to get some ride time up. And right here, Sichana goes for a triangle or a rear triangle. He throws that leg all the way over the top while Josh is spinning. That's a better one to do from pre-web, from a more controlled position. You don't want to throw the leg over while someone is spinning. You got to control them first. Maybe put a body triangle on. Put him in post rear mount pre-web. And then get, 10, 15 seconds on him. And then you can start to set up your attacks. So my advice to Alex is just be more patient in the EBI overtime. Even in the spider webs, he went immediately to a bicep slicer. I would say wait a little bit before your initial attacks. Let's move on. All right, now we are at the Bert squad match number 2. Or actually, this is number 1 for them. Always very entertaining. Usually the highlight of the day. Andrew Burton versus Gilbert Mojado. It's a quick one. Andrew almost gets to full guard, but Gilbert is wise. He backs out and gets back to his knee slice. Andrew stands. Gilbert sits. Gilbert with the Imanari. Gets an overwrap on the inside. Andrew unable to stand up. This is good for Andrew. He's on his feet. He's balanced. He's safe right here. Oh, but Andrew rolls. His butt is back on the ground. Gilbert has a strong clinch on the ankle. And that is it. Excellent move by Gilbert. Nice attempt at defense by Andrew. And that was it. What is up, Alex? Don't play me. Good to see you, dude. Let's watch that one again. Let's look at that Imanari. Whoo, that was nice. Boom, solid. Hips are high, perfect. And then right into the ankle lock. I like that inside ankle lock. I like it with a switch grip a little bit better, but it'll do. Okay, so here's where Andrew does the right thing here, which is he stands himself up. He gets his foot on the ground, and he's in a kneeling position. This is what he needs to do. He needs to just stay here and balance. The problem is he was just worried. He was just, the anxiety of the position was just too much, and he went for a roll. Check this out. As he rolled, Gilbert followed. Gilbert didn't change a single thing. But the problem is, by rolling, Andrew put himself back on the ground, and now his butt is back on the ground. His leg is, both of his legs are not basing. Look, this is the key right here. His foot is no longer on the floor. Oh, crap. And then look at this. His leg, he's not on his knee anymore, so he's on his butt. Problem with that is now Gilbert can arch off the ground and drive the ankle outwards. Where before, if you look back here, this is a dominant position for Andrew. This is exactly where he needs to be. But as I said, he chose to roll and put himself on his butt. When leg locking, when defending a leg lock, you have to stand up. Let's see, let's go back. So, little tip for Andrew here. When somebody is leg locking you, especially the inside, really any triangle, on whether it's outside triangle or the inside triangle, his foot is safe here. It's on the ground, it's heavy. And then fighting the hands is it's like a losing battle. You're not gonna win there. He has his hands locked around your ankle. It's gonna be hard to unhook that. What you need to focus on is not the grip. You need to focus on the leg configuration, the triangle. You need to unhook the triangle. It's kind of hard for me to explain in detail on how to do this exactly, but essentially you need to make sure, so this is Gilbert's right foot. It's hooking underneath Andrew's left leg. Andrew needs to use both of his hands and grab the shin here and push the shin down. That way, the butterfly hook becomes disengaged. Again, Gilbert has a butterfly hook right here on the thigh. That's the biggest problem. That's the biggest issue with Andrew's problem here. Andrew needs to push the leg away so that the leg is no longer underneath. Once you clear this butterfly, this leg, you can then roof their leg. You can roof their leg to this side of the body, to the outside. You can actually roof both of the legs. I recommend roofing both. So you gotta clear this one first, but once you clear the butterfly, you can push it down. You can take both of their feet using your hands. You take both of your feet, grab them, and then force both the legs to the outside. Just throw the legs to the outside, and you'll be in a 50-50 position. You'll be in a better position. If you want to roof, the other option is, instead of roofing all the way to the other side and giving your opponent another leg entanglement, you push that leg down, and then you hold it with one hand, your left hand, right? And then you take your right hand, reach under, and grab the heel. So you grab one foot, push it down, and then grab the inside leg, and then pull it open. Now he has no leg configuration. At this point, you can backstep, you can knee slice through, you can spin. All of those good options, but you have to address the triangle lock. You have to unhook the triangle in order to escape the position. Let's Let's move on. And you know what? Look, he goes for it for a second. Excuse me. Check this out. He tries pulling up. He pulls up on it. You see how he pulls? Problem is, you're pulling against your own leg because he's butterflying. What you have to do is push instead. Instead of pulling the leg, he should have pushed the leg outwards. The problem is he's on his butt right now. That means the ankle lock is loaded. It's ready to get extended. He's not going to be able to stop that. Even if he did push correctly, he's on his butt here. He's not able to defend the leg lock. Solid move. All right, what's next? This must have been out of order because I don't think they went... Oh, wait. Is this the same match? No, it's a different match. Okay. I don't know why it's out of order. Might have missed a match. All right, Andrews on the bottom in open guard. Gilbert on top. Andrew's able to shoot a double outside ashi. The outside triangle. Gilbert is smashing though. He's clinching the head. This is a okay position for Gilbert. Andrew does have a leg clinch, but Gilbert starts to pass. Smart to Andrew to recover. And Andrew's able to get his hips up to get on top. Head and arm control for Andrew. Gilbert with the lockdown. We see the knee slice. He's trying to no-hand pass. Gilbert, excellent. He stuffs the knee down, gets to full guard. He's got an underhook as well. Oh man, a homie clinch would be money right here. There it is. We see it. But he lets go of it. Andrew looking to throw his legs in front. Doesn't have the flexibility right there, though. We're still in full guard. Gilbert's got double unders with the body lock. Andrew trying to get his arms back inside. Smart by Andrew. Hands are on the biceps here. Good defensive thinking for Andrew. Oh, but hands are on the ground. He gives Gilbert the double unders again. And he's stuck in the mud. Oh, he gets his hip through outside of the full guard. And now he backsteps into a knee bar like situation. And he scrambles into half guard. Kind of hard to tell. Awkward scramble here. And Gilbert ends on top in the mount. Good job by Andrew separating the feet. But Gilbert has a powerful underhook. Andrew's got his feet on the wall. He tries to shrimp, but nothing. Smart by Andrew to keep his arms inside. Andrew captures the foot. Looks like a 3/4 mount almost. Oh, Gilbert goes for the spider web. He steps over, but he has hand controls. He goes back to a top lock clinch. He locks in a dead orchard. Belly down armbar. He rolls back on top. And that's it. Thumb was aligned. Looked real good. Excellent match. All right, guys, quick breakdown. What did I want to cover? First, number one, don't shoot an outside triangle and have your knee to the outside. The thing about the outside triangle is the knee needs to be inside, or else you're going to get smash pass. Like right here, a strong guy, if you shoot this double outside ashi right here, and your knee is pointed out, you're going to get smashed. You need to get your knee, you need to like shrimp and then get your shin across the waist. That way you can use your knee as a barrier. That was just one thing. I see that a lot. I want to make sure that I address that. However, notice he is getting smashed, and Gilbert, as he's passing, Andrew's able to get his leg back inside. Good work. One thing, me and Rich were talking about this before. Gilbert has good passing. The problem is he's not controlling the legs enough throughout the pass. When you pass the guard, you have to move. We have to move the legs out of the way. You can't just clinch the upper body. And see how Gilbert has a grip on the neck. He's got his grip on the ribs. What happens though is as he's slicing through, he's not securing the legs. He's just slicing through, and that's where Andrew's able to throw his legs around. He threw his leg over the top. His leg is coming out from the bottom, and now Andrew has a full guard. But look, Gilbert is still clinching his opponent, and he loses position. He has no base, and that's when Andrew's able to roll up on top. From here, good attempt at the no-hand pass, but Gilbert does a great job at stuffing that knee, both knees. Look, he pushes both the knees down and recovers a full guard. I gotta say, that's Gilbert's number one advantage. One of his best qualities has been shown to be his ability to recover from bad positions. He's been able to get out of the mount. He's been able to get out of this tough half guard position. We usually don't see that kind of stuff until people are much more experienced. But Gilbert's just a drill monster. Andrew too. They're just hitting drills all day, every day, and they are just really good at recovering. Let's see here. He went for this. He had I don't know where it went. He had a homie control. Homie control shucking to the back is going to be huge for Gilbert right here. This was an interesting one. Gilbert had the full guard, but Andrew was able to stuff the knee down and get his hips out. He was able to get his butt out. At this point, this would have been a really great opportunity for Gilbert to slide his head or slide his back outside, and he could easily get Andrew's back at this position. Very easily. But didn't happen. He might have tried, but you know what happened is Andrew backstepped, and now Andrew's cutting off the path to the back. So Gilbert, in response, the right move, the right call would have been to get up on top here. It would be go this direction. Does that make sense? So you try and go one way, he backsteps, go the opposite direction, loop around, get on top. Didn't happen. One thing Andrew could have done in this situation, as soon as Andrew was able to clear his leg, notice right there, Andrew clears his leg. This leg, I'm talking about Andrew's right leg. Let's watch it again. At first, his leg is caught. This is very bad. He will take your back or he will get on top. But once the leg is clear, backstep, look at this perfect knee bar situation right here. He's straddling the legs. He has access to the inside leg here. Gilbert is in big danger of getting knee barred. All Andrew has to do is go clinch that ankle up, put a triangle on, and that could be a wrap right there. How does this scramble? And then another one is just like whoever decides they want to get on top gets on top right there. Andrew could easily get on top here, stay on top, get an underhook and solidify position, but they're just clinching each other and they don't have much base, and Gilbert's able to take top position here. And that was the beginning of the end, that transition, because that led to Andrew getting mounted. Andrew was unable to escape the mount, and Gilbert was able to, this wasn't the best spiderweb entrance, but it was good enough to get to here to threaten the arm. He has some strong hand grips here. He's controlling the forearm well. And then look how Gilbert changes it. This was key. I've never seen this before. I've never seen this level of control. I don't know if Gilbert did it on purpose or if it was just by his instinct, but this was really interesting here. He has this spiderweb position. His opponent starts stacking. Normally, that's a bad thing. So instead, Gilbert lets go of the head. He lets go of... He releases his posture control so he can go to the far shoulder control. And at first, it's not that tight. Like here it's strong, but it's not super secure. But then he's able to get to a full dead orchard. Right here, this is somewhat secure. His ankle is on the calf, but eventually he cinches it down, and look at that. Now we're very secure. This is a wrap. Very, very hard to get out of that one. So props to Gilbert right there for this excellent transition. I wasn't a big fan of this. Like this step over armbar with double wrist control, that C grip armbar, low percentage. Most of the time, your partner is going to be able to get their elbow down and come out. But his hips were able to get under the elbow, and that was a good spot. But really, right here, this is where the money move was. This transition from the shoulder, from the head to the shoulder, and then the dead orchard. That was really great. Moving on. Back to Josh versus Josue, number 2. First match, Josh was able to secure a armbar from EBI OT. Josue goes for the shot, but ends up getting his back taken once again. Josh is very strong on the back. I would not want him on my back. That is for sure. He's a big, strong dude. Good seatbelt controlling by Josh. Josue is trying to fight the hands. Oh, he goes for the ankle lock right here. Oh. Oof. He almost gets that ankle lock, but Josh is able to slip his toes free. Josue does a good job of turning, offsetting his weight, rotates, and now Josue he recovered into the mount. Much better than having someone on your back. He rolls him over. Josh does not have base there. And now Josue is on top. Josue looks to do the knee slice, but loses balance. Excellent awareness by Josue, listening to his coach Spencer. He's working the knee slice. The feet break apart. And now Josue pressure passes into side control. Excellent pass. Josh is looking tired at this point. One of the common problems of lack of inexperience is just energy conservation, learning how to breathe. Josh is unable to frame, and Josue gets his head under the elbow, threatening an arm triangle. Josue works across, he knee slices to the mount, and then comes all the way across into side control, gable grip, arm triangle, And that's it. Clean submission win by Josue. No way, Josue. All right, good match. Let's break it down. What happened? Look at this. Excellent wrestling by Josue. Takes Josh down. Problem is, he's unable to secure the pass and he gets stuck in the turtle position. That means Josh is able to circle around to the backside. He gets his leg hooks in. His seatbelt is tight. Immediately a bad position for Josue. Very, very tough to come back from this. But Josue does. He's able to circle. He's able to get his back on the mat. And he's able to recover into the mount. At this point, Josh is still trying to clinch and squeeze. But Josue is able to knock him off balance and roll on top. From the full guard, eventually Josue is able to keep posture. His hands are inside. And he's able to work his knee slice. After the guard breaks, Josh does not have a guard, and Josue is able to walk around and get into side control. Good on Josh's part, he's able to recover a half guard, but the problem is, look, he's got his frame right now. Excellent frame by Josh, but Josue moves the frame out of the way. Josh fails to recompose the frame, and now Josue locks onto a gable grip. His head is pressuring in the side of Josh's arm. And this is the beginning of the end. Josue, look at this. Slices that knee over to 3/4 mount. That's not good enough. We're going all the way to side control. And Josue locks in the arm triangle. Gets the tap. And that's pretty much it. That was Josue's. I think it was his first competition win. Look at that. He's super happy. Many months of practice paid off. And I know Josue was really happy about that one. Good match. Okay, now Alex versus David. David ran through Andrew and Gilbert, so I wanted to give him Alex. I think it was a tougher match. David right away looks for this really unorthodox armbar entry. Ends up in the full guard. Nice triangle entry as well, but Alex sees it coming. Alex is no stranger to the triangle. Oh man, locks onto another triangle. This is deep, but he slips through. Alex even looks at the step over. Very close attempt at that triangle. David, hard knee slicing. Controlling the legs. But Alex throws his leg all the way over. He starts to circle around. He's looking for the back. Might be on a Kimura grip. It's got a 2-on-1. He's threatening the arm now. Armbar situation. However, David's leg is saving him. He is in a leg capture situation, as we say at 10th Planet Covina. The leg comes free, though. This is much more difficult for David, but he corkscrews and ends up on top. Excellent transitions. That was pretty crafty on both of them. Back to the standing position. Alex pulls guard. David steps in, attempting to knee slice. David shoots the double outside Ashi. Alex goes after the long range ankle lock. Hard to see with this angle, but he's got a bite on the foot. He steps his leg all the way over. Very nice. Man, is that a move? What is that? Really interesting move. Okay, let's break it down from the beginning. So right away, look at this. David steps to the inside. His knee goes in. He's looking for this armbar right away. Alex rolls through, clears his elbow, ends up on top. David looks to do a pop triangle, but Alex has his hand in. He's able to shuck that off to the side. He's trying to pass. Almost falls into it again right here. Unable to secure. Alex goes for the outside knee slice. But again, David's able to isolate the head and the arm. He's looking to lock this triangle in. It's tight at this point, but not secured. Alex does the right thing. He falls to his side. He throws the leg over. And I'm not sure if that helped him escape or if he was going to escape anyways. But he's able to slip his head out from the triangle. He backs out, disengages. We're back to neutral. David once again goes for this knee slice. Excellent knee slice. But his head is very, very low in the hips, where Alex is able to throw his leg all the way over and threaten the back. As he threatens the back, he controls the arm. The back's not there, so he changes to an armbar situation. However, the problem is David's leg is stuck on the inside of the armbar, so he's not able to secure the armbar position. David lets go of Alex's leg so he can corkscrew and get on top. That was really great. Let's watch this little transition. Very good. He listens to his coach. I think Oscar was calling out for that corkscrew. Excellent corkscrew. Now we get into the finish. Number one, David steps in deep right here. This is not a bad idea, but it is very risky when leg locks are a thing. I think David was looking for this flying armbar right here where you step in and then potentially you're trying to swing your leg around the head this direction and get him in an armbar. That was actually a good opportunity, but for whatever reason David was unable to move past. Look, he kind of just stepped and stood there. Alex was able to get his knees inside, and we ended up with David doing an outside triangle. And surprisingly, David is not the experienced leg locker, but he shoots into the leg lock. Right away, Alex counters by taking the far leg. We call this the long range attack. When somebody has an outside triangle on you, you go after the far leg. That's the long range. He gets an ankle lock grip. It's tight. But the real finish comes when Alex throws his leg over the top and he's able to get his hips involved. Good move. You always got to be aware. That's why I'm just not the biggest fan of outside triangle for this reason. Somebody could just grab your ankle on the other side. They could just grab your far leg. And you think it's safe, but it's not. And especially if somebody's strong. Here, Alex has a 30-pound advantage on David. So it's very risky to do outside triangles and just to let somebody get access to that leg. Excellent win for Alex. All right, Andrew versus Gilbert, number 3. Oh, it is. All right, I'll finish up. Josue the Giant Slayer. I know. All right, we're coming close to 2 minutes. I got to leave at 2:15 sharp, so hopefully I can get through this quick. We're almost done. This is a quick one. Once again, as I mentioned before, Gilbert made the same mistake. He tried to pass, but he did not have leg control. You need to get those legs all the way out of the way and then go for the pass. Andrew is in the mount, but Gilbert does a great job of recovering the half guard, the lockdown. And I believe Gilbert has double underhooks. Andrew has an overhook. Spencer calls out for a Darce. Andrew sees it. It's shallow right now, but he's working it. It's a little deeper this time. That is getting pretty deep. Gilbert unable to keep position on top. Andrew rolls him over. Gilbert goes for the base again, trying to stay in turtle, but Andrew takes his base away. Andrew steps over, catches the leg, arches the hips, and that is it. Excellent submission by Andrew. Nice defense attempt by Gilbert, but that lock was just too tight. Let's watch that again. Another reason the lockdown is just very risky is because front chokes are a big danger. Front chokes are always a threat. And lockdowns, if you got So if you have the lockdown, you need to always be aware somebody could snatch onto your head. Never let them get deep. And if somebody does get your head, don't freak out. I think a big mistake here was that number one, obviously his head was too low. He got darsed, but Gilbert let go of the lockdown. And I think that was his saving grace right there. He let it go. And then Andrew was able to just keep him on his back. And then for the finish, I always tell people you got to trap the legs and just finish with an arch. Don't always go for the choke. You got to go for the neck crank. So this is like a Japanese necktie style submission where you have the darce, but you capture the leg, you're on your side, and you just arch the hips. One more time. Neck crank right there. Excellent move. Moving on. Josue versus Josh, number 3. We are almost there. Same high crotch. He puts him down this time. Josue drives through. Excellent double leg. Changes directions. Right away, Josh in arm triangle trouble. He's got a lockdown. But Josue listens to his coaches. He foot pummels all the way into mount and now side control. And that is it. Let's rewind it. Look at this. Excellent high crotch. And as Josh goes to sprawl, Josue changes directions. Boom. Cuts the corner, as we say, and ends up in the half guard. Right away, though, check this out. Josh, big mistake. He's reaching over the head. See that arm? What happens is if you're reaching over somebody's head, a lot of times people will reach and try and grab onto their head right there with the guillotine. Same problem. That's just going to lead to person on top driving their head through and putting you in arm triangle trouble. My recommendation, get your frame in front of the neck. Moving on. Last match of the day. Alex versus David, number 2. Alex goes for the Imanari. David's able to spin out. But Alex's leg is kind of trapped on the inside. He's doing a reap. Back to neutral. David tries to step over again, but ends up in another Ashigarami. Alex in a slicing through. Going for the mount, 3/4 mount. David recovers his lockdown though. Head and arm control. Alex loses the underhook, but shoots to a headlock. We reset back to the center. He's got his headlock. He's attempting the choke here. Goes for the underjack. David is in a tough spot here. Alex slices across, takes side control instead, but David recovers very well. Alex tries to find his full guard, ends up in half guard. David on top in the half guard. Looks to take the headlock. Alex gets his knee in. He's in a Z guard. Changes to butterfly for a second. Back in half guard. Working. They're both trying to advance. But eventually David slips off. Alex gets to an outside triangle. He goes for the straight ankle lock, and that's it. Good work. Excellent match. Quick breakdown. Let's see what happens. So it was just a lot of back and forth trying to pass. One leg lock attempt. Let's watch this Imanari one more. That was pretty cool. I think it was right here. Whoop. But He ended up, yeah, he got the outside triangle after, just a little bit too loose. Um, just a lot of back and forth, passing attempts, good stuff. Ended up in the mount somehow. Good recovery by David, did not let him secure the mount for very long. Works on passing. But what happened? Somehow got rolled. What happened? He went for this high knee slice. This knee was not ready to be sliced, and it displaced David's weight too far over. And Alex was able to just sweep him over the top very easily. Here's the problem. This was the mistake. The key mistake was David went for this knee slice, but he didn't get his butterfly in when he was slicing. So what happened is his shin was on top, but notice his foot is still on the outside. So what happens is when they roll, the leg is still on the outside. And look at that. It falls right in place for an Ashi Garami. Boom. Leg is stuck in Ashi. Now at this point, you got to know. What do you do when somebody leg locks you? You got to stand up. And that was the problem. David just stood on his butt right here. He tried to attack the legs instead. He tried to go for the counter lock. And in doing so, wasted time. So Alex was able to just trap up that leg with a basic grip and finish with the outside triangle ankle lock. Great match. And just really excellent matches for the day. Quick recap. I saw a lot of progress on everyone. Every single person that competed, I saw a ton of progress. It was really cool to see. I'm super proud of everyone for competing. A couple technical things. I saw just a lot of base. A lot of base was just lost. Like so many times people had a dominant position and then the person on bottom just like freaked out and did some like crazy movement, and then the person on bottom lost the dominant position. So everyone in this tournament, I need you to work on your base. When you have a dominant spot, don't be so connected to it that if somebody rolls, you roll with them. If you're in the mount, you need to stay in the mount. Don't let somebody surprise you with a crazy roll. And really it just comes down to experience. But take what I'm saying and really apply it. Don't just hear it one ear out the other. You have to take these concepts and apply them in practice, in your drilling, in your rolling. You need to actively work on these things in order to improve upon them. Other things, I saw a lot of good leg locks. There were some really great leg lock attempts. Do I have a cool background? No, not really. Intermission, I guess. I saw some really cool leg locks. Some great Iminaris. A lot of inside triangles, outside triangles. Just keep it up. Keep learning. I saw sometimes people were just attacking the wrong leg. Just really basic stuff. And I didn't see enough defense. That was a big one. So I saw a lot of great offense, but I didn't see a whole lot of defense. I need more standing up. If somebody leg locks you, you need to grab your opponent and stand up. Priority is stand up. When you're standing, I need you to stay on top. Untangle the legs and then escape. So everyone that got tapped by a leg lock, that's the go-to. You need to stand up before it gets too deep. And let's see, that's pretty much it. Everything else is just little things that you're going to get better on in practice. Come to practice, learn from your mistakes, and get ready for the next tournament. You're going to learn a ton from doing this. I hope you guys took something from this. I hope that you can apply this to your future jiu-jitsu matches and just keep progressing. Come to practice, use this as motivation to improve yourself and keep getting after it, keep improving yourself, and also be patient. You got to know that this is a long journey, and you're not going to get good at this stuff overnight. It's going to take you years and years and years until you are at even an intermediate level. Some people come in and they're already really great, but some people don't have an athletic background. They don't come from a life of playing sports their whole life, and that's fine. But you got to know that everyone has their own path. Everyone has their own journey. Not everyone is extremely athletic, and that doesn't mean that you're anything less. You can be a world champion with no athletic background. All you have to do is put in the work. Some people are going to have easier roads to certain points, but you got to know that it's really important that you don't compare yourself to other people. The only person you should compare yourself to is yourself. Think about where you came from, how good you were when you first started, and compare yourself to where you are now. That's what's really important. Always compare yourself to yourself, and only that. Don't think about how other people are doing, who's winning, who's losing, who's getting tapped. All of that is irrelevant. It's all about you. So focus on you, improve yourself, and be patient. Lastly is enjoy the process. We get so caught up in success and failure that sometimes we forget to just enjoy jiu-jitsu, enjoy coming to practice, enjoy learning, enjoy making mistakes, enjoy tapping people out, and enjoy getting tapped out. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for a cool podcast. Thank you guys for listening if you're there, and I'll see you next time. Our next tournament, let me see, is on Saturday, June 15th. I am going to the Nogi Freak Summit in San Diego. So when we get back, we're going to be doing a in-house tournament on the 15th, and I'm really excited for the Freak Summit in general. I'm going to come back and give you guys some really great knowledge, and I'm just super excited for this next month. So I will see you later. Thank you all for the support. Spencer, Alex, Cute Noob, I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you.